Hey, it's Deborah Colleen Rose again, and we are still talking about this Life Tapestry Oracle cards designed by myself and Lou Ann Morris. And today's card is Grace. And again, these are very simplistic cards and they're very easy to handle. They're the size of regular playing cards. And this, of course, is a beautiful stained glass. It's hard to see on Zoom. And, grace can be interpreted so many ways. I love the grace card personally because it's all about giving the spirit healing and peace of mind, healing the heart, healing the soul. And I have found that the hardest thing in my life personally was giving myself grace and allowing myself the same foibles and faux pas that I allowed for other people in my life. So Grace is a great standalone card, but it's also a card that really can play heavily in a reading, especially where it shows up and how it shows up. Now, here's what's interesting about these cards, and I'm going to actually start doing this every day as part of my little video because I now have time on TikTok and other places to do that. I'm not restricted on time so much. And as you may or may not know, since we're with Miles of Smiles events, we do personal readings that can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half, private sessions. But we also provide readings at parties and events and conferences and things like that. And sometimes we can take 10 minutes per person if it's a small group. Other times, though, we have all, and I mean, we went all the readers on the team, we have been known to have lines holding as many as 30, 40, 50 people waiting to get to see us because they're huge crowds. So our goal is to encourage, uplift, and empower people. But when you only have 2 to 3 minutes, that can be difficult. But we want them to be seen, we want them to be heard, and we want them to know that we saw them and we're going to lift them up in the best way possible. And we also want it to be fun. It's a party, okay? So we don't do death, we don't do births, we don't do divorce, we don't do death. Who needs that at a party, right? So I came up with a little system that I like to show people, and it's a great way to get comfortable with the cards. And again, I love these cards because my other deck that I love is Angel Oracle cards, but they're huge and they're so hard to shuffle. And so I came up with a system that I called the Las Vegas Shuffle, just to show you how quickly these cards can work for you and how deep the message can be in a very short period of time. So here we have the Las Vegas Shuffle. So first card is shame and guilt. And this is saying there is no time, there is no place, because it's the very first card in our reading, to have shame or guilt. You have done the best job possible with what you had to work with. So you want to make sure that you focus on the law of energy. Where is your energy focused? Where are you putting your efforts into? How are they best serving you? And then one of the ways that you can focus on this and get a real clear image of what you're doing is to focus on how you're grounding yourself. How often do you ground? How are you grounding? What is the best way to do that? Is it outdoors? Is it reading? Is it working with other people? And by grounding yourself, you're giving yourself freedom. You're releasing a lot of tension. You're getting yourself in a place where you can go in any direction. And the main focus when you do that is the gratitude that you now feel instead of feeling oppressed. And so this is a healing of the mind, body, and spirit. Less than 60 seconds. Okay. Now, is this going to solve everyone's problem? No. Is it going to give them a positive image of themselves? Absolutely. Is it going to give them encouragement? Absolutely. Is it going to help them feel empowered? Absolutely. And why do I say that? Because I have people tell me that all the time. And even though it may seem like a really simplistic reading, it may seem like it's kind of trite even at times. People will look me in the eye and go, that speaks to me. I needed to hear that. And that's what I live for, to get people in front of me, to make sure they know that I see them, I hear them, I connect with them, and that I can give them something that lets them know that they're important and that they have value. So today was our reading, and it was all about grace. And I hope some of this gives you grace and know that you're wonderful, you're beautiful, and give yourself a break. You deserve some grace. See you tomorrow.